And I'm going to call this meeting of the Board of the Maryland Stadium Authority to order. This meeting is an ad hoc open meeting, and it is being called for the express purpose of considering the items on the agenda as published. Before we get started, I would ask that everyone mute their phone unless they are speaking, just to make sure that we don't get any background noise and everyone can hear properly. So the first item for consideration today is in the approvals section of the agenda, and it's under the contracts subheading. And the first item is Camden Yards Sports Complex, tab 1, Lot N, waiver of right of first refusal. And Mike and Phil, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is Phil. Hope everybody's doing well. So this item here for Lot N, you might recall MSA is in a lease with the current landlord. Back in January, we extended the current lease. Within the lease is a option for MSA to purchase the property should the landlord receive an offer for purchase. And so we were notified in January that the current landlord did receive a purchase offer for the property. We have thought about it and reviewed it. We recommend that MSA waive the first right of refusal to purchase Lot N. The lease agreement that we enacted in January will continue with the new owner. We believe this is in the best interest of MSA at this moment.
Can I have a motion to consider?
So moved.
Second.
Got it.
Okay. I'm going to go around and see who has questions. Gary, do you have any questions?
I do not.
Joe, do you have questions?
I do not.
Jody, do you have questions?
I do not.
Lenny, do you have questions?
Do we have any idea or know what the offer purchase price was so we know the value?
We do. It is a little bit lower than our appraisal of 8.6, but in the ballpark.
Gotcha. Thanks. No further questions.
The chairman has no questions.
Mr. Chairman, I'm on the phone.
Okay, I'm sorry. Minerva, do you have any questions?
No, sir, I do not.
Hearing no other questions, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
I'll go around and I'll take a voice vote. Lenny?
Yes.
Jody?
Yes.
Minerva?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
And Gary?
Yes.
The chairman votes yes. So the waiver of the purchase option under lease of Lot N is approved. The next item for consideration on the agenda is the a lease amendment related to the left field movement of the left field wall for the Baltimore Orioles. And Mike and Phil, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. This is Phil again. I'll take this one, the lead on it. So this item is to amend the Orioles lease, as the chairman said. It allows the Orioles to improve Oriole Park by performing the left field project, which is underway as we speak. The amendment reimburses the Orioles for the project cost up to not to exceed $3.5 million. They will be reimbursed in accordance with a rent credit against the existing lease spread out over 5 years, which actually is greater than the current lease, which expires in 23. So should they extend it, or should we get a new lease, which we hope happens, it would apply to the upcoming lease also. This item is scheduled to go in front of BPW at tomorrow's meeting.
Phil, if, can I have a motion to consider?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Before I go around and ask for questions, is I just wanted it to be clear from what Phil said, is that if for whatever reason, there was no new lease or a lease extension, is that the Orioles are at risk for any unreimbursed money that they've invested. So it puts the Orioles at risk for, a portion of this money if there's not a lease. So I'll go around and I'll see who has questions. Minerva, do you have questions?
No, sir, I don't.
Joe, do you have questions?
Just one. I want to clarify. So we're voting today, but all the seats and everything have been taken out and it's underway.
That's correct. The seats are out. Actually, demos performed, and we're putting in the retaining wall now. So it's underway.
Was there something that prevented us from approving a renovation before it began?
I believe it just had to do with timing. They had to go with the project to get it done for opening day, and just kind of the timing of how everything came together.
When did they tell us?
It was like this idea had been out there for a little while, back in the, after the season of 21. But the official word wasn't given until second week of January that they wanted to move forward.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I would just express some frustration that, we're voting on something that we're not going to vote no. They've taken the seats out. I'm not going to vote no anyway, but just procedurally, I think it would be helpful to know about things and vote on them before they actually start.
So noted in the minutes. Jody, do you have questions?
No questions.
Lenny, do you have questions?
No, sir.
Gary, do you have questions?
No.
The chairman has no questions. I'd like to have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
I'll go around and take a voice vote. Gary?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Minerva?
Yes.
Jody?
Yes.
Lenny?
Yes.
The chairman votes yes, and the lease amendment for the Baltimore Orioles is approved. There being no further business to consider at this ad hoc meeting, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Please say no. Hearing none, the motion is adjourned, and I really do appreciate everybody doing this early in the morning on a Tuesday and short notice. And look forward to seeing you guys next week at a board meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.